I'm actually at the Yard Garden Patio Show, and because it had such beautiful display gardens, and we're talking about hellebores with Debbie from Skagit Gardens. And if you didn't make it down to the show a few weeks ago, you can go to your independent garden centers and they'll have so many of these plants, but Debbie really wants to talk about hellebores because they've become such an important thing in the late winter and spring gardens in Oregon.
Yes, I brought today a selection of hellebores from a breeder in Germany, the Heuger Breeding Company, who has a gold collection here. And what's special about this collection is they are all first-year flowering blooms, and there is a progression of blooms starting in mid-December all the way through March.
Wow, so really, if you put these in your garden, you'd have flowers when maybe a lot of people wouldn't have flowers, so you'd be the first on your block to have hellebores blooming.
Absolutely.
So Debbie, for the hellebores that we have in our garden right now, I know mine are just looking a little rough, so do you have any tips for us?
Yes, you can just snip off the ragged foliage and leave the bloom stalks, and the foliage will grow back and be there for you to enjoy through the summer.
Ah, so you really highlight the flowers then?
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent. And so what are some of the names? And let's start with this beauty on the far right here.
This is Jacob, and it is beautiful to use in your home for the holidays, actually, and then plant maybe on a patio or in your garden. And the flowers, it's a little past right now, but this is the color of the bloom, and then they fade to this beautiful rose color.
It almost looks like they have two different plants there, so it's kind of cool that you have that progression.
Exactly.
And then this beauty.
This is Josef Lemper, and it again is an early bloomer with these crisp, clear white flowers, and it fades to the green. And it's a wonderful garden plant to use under deciduous trees in the garden.
Oh, that'd be beautiful. And what I like about them too is that these flowers will stay on through April. So even though they're this apple green at some point, they're still interesting.
Well,
so
yes,
really something's going on with them.
Absolutely. And they can be used as cut flowers in the home as well.
Ah.
So just even the faded ones can be used, or the fresh flowers, just sear the tip with a flame and then put them in a little bouquet.
Oh, that's beautiful. And this one is so pretty that's got a little blush to it.
It does. This is cinnamon snow, and it fades to this cinnamon color, and it has the dark stems that accentuate the color.
That is pretty.
And glossy leaves. The foliage on this new set of hybrids is pretty disease resistant.
Nice.
and doesn't need as much care in the garden.
You know, that's another thing about hellebores is, you know, there is something even in the summer in your shade garden because you want afternoon shade for these. So after those flowers, you finally cut them off in June. You still have beautiful foliage as a nice texture in that shade garden.
And another bonus is that foliage is deer resistant.
Oh, nice. That is very nice. And what is this one?
That is Winter's Bliss, and it is a January bloomer, and it has, again, nice white flowers and this apple green fading with the cinnamon backing on the
very pretty. Because sometimes we do look down on them, we don't always look up on them, so it's pretty that you can see different, you know, different views of them and their different flowers.
And that is one of my favorites. That's Pink Frost.
Look at that pink.
Exactly. And as it ages, the flowers will turn to a deep Merlot.
Wow. And the red stems again, and the really nice veination on that. There's lighter veins, and what a nice contrast. So pretty. And then the final one here.
That is Moonlit Marble, and as you can see, it's just starting to bloom. And if you look at that foliage, it really has the veination, so it adds that incredible interest in the garden.
That is just so nice. You know, if you go to any of your independent garden centers, they'll still have hellebores through April even. The flowers will be faded, but you still can really appreciate all the foliage. Debbie, thanks so much for all this information.
You're welcome. Thank you.